Hello and welcome everyone. Today's mission will challenge me to hunt using scent lures. And with an unusual challenge comes an unusual find. Robert Sommer has a new Roe Deer Scent lure, and he wants me to test it out. For smell like a deer, I'll need to travel to Konigsberg, use the Roe Deer Scent, and harvest 3 roe deer. Konigsberg is a sizable area in the middle of the map. I've already explored a portion of it and opened up some outposts, so I have some choices when it comes to locations. Scents work by luring in animals like a collar, but with smell instead of sound. After finding an animal, I'll first use the scent eliminator to mask my smell, then move to an upwind position near some cover. Next, I'll use the Roe Deer Scent to attract them to me while waiting for a good angle and range. Any roe deer will do, so I won't need to be choosy. Hunting with scents can be tricky, but I discovered that after using the scent once, I can simply harvest roe deer to complete the mission without using the scent again. However, I don't hunt this way very often at all, so I decided to give it a try. Roe deer are plentiful in Gettysburg, so I'll simply walk around the area looking for signs as I go. Roe deer are a Class 3 animal, so I'll bring along a few weapons to get the job done. Scent lures are most effective for close-range hunts with bows, shotguns, or handguns, so I'll bring along the .357 for close-range shots, but also the .243 if I need a little more accuracy. Of course, I'll be sure to include the Roe Deer Scent to bring them in, and the scent eliminator to cover my smell. I began the mission by fast traveling to the Hirschfelden River outpost. Just as I was looking over my map, deciding where to go, I got my first call. I couldn't see the deer, but judging by the time of day, I guessed it might be headed to a drink zone. So I tried to get in front of it and headed east to a field. And my suspicion was confirmed by a second call. The wind was blowing perfectly for the scent lure, so I picked a bush in the field to use for cover. And just as I got there, it made a warning call. So I first put on some scent eliminator, then put out the Roe Deer Scent.
Now all you do is wait. Nothing beats that fresh air. Well, can't say the same for you.
And pulled out the .357. And not a moment too soon. She was at a doable range, but I hoped she would venture a little closer. When she didn't, I waited for a good angle. My first attempt at using the Roe Deer Scent went quite well. She's a level 1 female, so no score for her, but that's alright with me. The .357 got her in the left lung and liver at 48 meters. After harvesting her, I unlocked the flat-nosed ammo for the .357, a major upgrade. So I headed back to the outpost and stocked up on the new ammo. A short time later, I found myself at the Petersine outpost early in the morning. Since it was roe deer eating time, I headed toward the nearby wind turbines in search of another one. I ended up finding several scattered around the ground blind in the middle. The wind was blowing in the right direction, so I picked the biggest one on the side of a hill and began to get within range for the scent lure. As I went, I inched my way to the left, trying to stay upwind of my target. Once I was upwind and within range, I used the scent lure, crawled my way to a nearby bush, and waited. It brought in another doe, but no roebuck. After he didn't show up, I began to circle around to see where he went. When I spotted this one. Roe deer are often dark, but this one seemed darker than usual. I was also curious to see if a roe deer had to be affected by the scent lure in order to count for the mission, so I decided to test my theory as well as see if I had a rare fur type on my hands. Once I had an angle, I took my shot. And when I saw her up close, I knew my suspicion was correct. She is a very rare furred melanistic roe deer. Again, no trophy score for her, but I'm definitely not going to complain. The 243 put her down quickly with a shot to the liver, stomach, and left lung at 91 meters. After harvesting her, I found my second theory to also be true, as she counted toward the mission, despite not being influenced by the scent lure. As tempting as it was to just harvest the next roe deer I saw and call it a day, I decided to give the scent lure one last try. Upon a quick inspection of the field, I found I still had options. I targeted a level 2 roebuck back where I started, and began to circle around for the wind. On the way, I reapplied the scent eliminator. The wind was shifting around again, so I patiently moved to the side, trying to get him downwind of me. Once the cone began to be in his direction, I found a bush to hide in again and set up for the hunt. After a minute or two, he took the bait and began to move in. And I dropped him where he stood. My third and final harvest for the mission was a brown level 2 silver scoring 57.21. This hunt went beautifully and was a good demonstration of how to use a scent lure. The flat-nosed bullets did the job well, hitting his right leg and both lungs at 50 meters.
Impressive. Seems like the scent did the trick. I'll pass on the results to Sommer.
I can't remember the last time I hunted with scent lures, so it was fun to give it a good honest try. Ultimately, I think it could be helpful in specific circumstances, but will be more or less a novelty item for me in the future. Overall, though, the hunt was successful, and bringing in a mela is always a good day. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. The next story mission will finally bring me to the western side of the map to get some samples from a bison. Thanks for watching.